Hey guys, this is Spark Plus Ultra here, and this is my new What If. Thank you for voting on which Day Alive character you want. What if Deku had Kurumi powers? Corona disaster. And I hope you like this video and hope you subscribe. When Zumi was the age of 5, she was a girl in London. She was a kind and generous innocent. But when she was in a school that was a public school, she was always around cat, near to the school with its babies in a box that had 4 kittens. The cat was the mother and was taking care of them. So he was at a awe and thinks they are so adorable, and she wants to take care of them, but she can't because family doesn't need any cats or animals. So she comes back every day and checks on them and gives them some food that they could feed on and help nourish them. But when she was at school, she was going to get some milk from the cafeteria to help out the kittens and cat that are in the box. When she got outside, she sees 2 boys and 1 girl. The 2 boys bury the cat's body and leaving the cat's head on to make sure it still breathes. And they play a torturous game. Hit the can with a pebble, but without a can, it's a animal. And Sumi sees the mother cat that was in the cardboard box, and she says, "Hey, what are you doing? Stop it! That's a living animal." And 2 boys says, "Huh? What do you mean? It's a game. I doubt they'll feel it." And Sumi says, "No, they'll be hurt. What is wrong with you?" And boy says this, "Don't get into our game. You don't have nothing to do with this." And Sumi says, "I have much more to deal with this." And the boy says, "You're not the owner." And Sumi says, "I'm the carrot." And the girl wraps her body around Sumi. And the girl says, "Just let us have our fun and be a little good girl and get out of our way." And Zumi says, "No." And the boy says, "Stop getting in our way and ruin our fun." And the girl says, "Hey, aren't you Zumi? You don't have a quirk." And the boys say, "Really? She's quirkless?" "Yeah, almost everybody knew in the classroom." And the boys say, "Then she got nothing to save them." And Sumi says, "No, leave them alone." And the boys say, "Whatever," and throw a rock at the cat. And the cat, "Ow, ow." And Sumi says, "You're hurting her." And the boy says, "Give it up. You're not gonna save it." And then the cat's head stopped moving, and Sumi tears up and says, "You killed her." And the boy say, "So, what about the kittens?" And the boy says, "About 4 litter." And Sumi says, "Leave them alone." And the girl that had the python quirk says, "What was that? Shrimp?" And Sumi says, "Leave them alone. They have nothing done any of you. That may be, but it's just a game." And Sumi then, her eye glows golden. And Sumi says, "Leave her kittens alone!" And using a unknown quirk, the python girl says, "Huh? Where'd she go? How did she get out of my grip?" And Sumi says, "This too slow." And then accelerate the time to age the girl. And the girl says, "What's happening to me?" you're accelerating at age. And the girl says, no, don't do this. And when she does that, her age was turned into about 90. And the boy says, why did you do that? You are sick. And Zumi says, you're one to talk. And Zumi then uses her golden eye and uses a ability, time, and shooting a shot at the boys. And the boy says, ha! Didn't affect! And when you say that, Zumi says, give it time. Your time is almost up. And the boys see the effect, the erasure effect. And the boys say, what? I'm scared. And one was gone. And the other said, you are so dead. And the other one is gone. And Sumi says, oh, that was fun. Thanks for having fun with that. And that's what you get. Sumi ran and practiced her acting skills while hiding the kittens from the others. And Sumi says, sorry for what happened. I won't let any of those animal killers like that ever happen on my watch. And rapists, well, heard in England that they had problems, so I'll deal with them by force on my hand. And Sumi goes across different regions, hiding her identity, but leaving a little trace of her true name. And every time that Sumi was going from different regions to the US, from Africa to parts of China, Sumi took out animal killers and some certain types of boys that do unspeakable things. And Sumi says, this is so enjoying to give out punishment to those. But when Sumi reads one internet in the news report, Sumi then sees animals were killed by unknown person who has knife and can transform by blood. And Sumi grits her teeth and says, my, should I have a very, very punishment for this person? They shouldn't mess with the chronostasis. And Sumi goes to Japan and goes looking for the person who is killing the animals. Sumi got off the plane from Africa to Japan, and she erased the camera by using her quirk. And all the cameras were skipped, seeing her nobody on her, making it seem that she skipped through time. And Sumi smiling a bit. Too easy. They always have to expect a manipulator of time to go forward. And Sumi goes and then a hotel to become a new person and dressing up in a high school uniform in Japan. And Sumi then says, not good enough. And then gets rid of her hairband and have her long hair down on her back and covering her eye, the cloth eye, and transferring to a new school that is called Hanami Junior High. And Sumi transferred, and the teacher introduced her, and Sumi says, it's great to meet you. I hope you could have a great time having a innocent side acting. And all the students were around her, and all the girls were talking to her, gathering around, asking questions and, girl stuff, while a certain boy says, oh man, look at her, she looks like a damsel in distress. And the other boys say, yep, she really does. Oh man, I really need to ask her out. And and the other boy says, are you sure, Denki? That's not gonna how a date works. And Denki says, I know, but still, gonna be hero and make all the babes be shocking for me. And the boy was not impressed on what he said, but can understand what he meant by that. And every time that Denki was trying to get a answer from Sumi was keeping her distance from everyone, including him. Not because Sumi was on her vigilante spree, finding the killer, those innocent enemies. And when she come investigating, Denki was following her. Not because of stalking, just want that one answer if she could date him just once and ask her out on a date just once, nothing else. While he was following her, he sees a group of boys tormenting Kitten and were looking all around her with quirks. Denki looks closer and sees those guys are, oh no, and looking at their eyes, and some of their lips were getting a little aroused. Denki said maybe I could help her, and when he was going to step in and use his 1 billion million volt Zumi, then gives a grinning smile, says, my, you really are pieces of trash, and gets out her time, a musket, and the flintlock. And Zumi then shoots a shot, and taking all of them out with a accelerated speed that none of them could react. And Denki was shocked. She just took them out with no hesitation. Zumi then walks to the kitten and says, there, are you okay? And smiles. Then Denki says, but still too cute! And when saying that, Zumi hears, and Zumi said, hi, did I have somebody tracking? And Denki looks and hides. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud. And Zumi then said, I wasn't gonna kill anybody because for no reason, but I need to keep my identity safe. But when Denki was going to hide from her, Zumi then says, there you are, and fires, and Denki dodges. Whoa, I promise I won't tell anybody. And Zumi says, that's what, oh man, you have such eyes. And Zumi says, why did you follow? And Denki says, I just think you're that adorable, and I want to date you just once with no problems. And Zumi says, is that true? And Denki says, if you don't like me, it's fine. You could always try once. And Zumi says, if you keep my secret, I'll do it. And Denki says, I won't bribe it. And then Zumi then says, oh my, you really are a gentleman. And Denki says, is that a yes? And Zumi then says, I'll take your offer. And Denki said, no frickin' way. And Zumi says, but if you tell anybody, you'll be gone, erased. And Denki says, no problem. And Zumi then says, at least I met somebody decent. And Zumi then looks around and checks the map on where the killer is. And Zumi says, I ain't getting anything done. Plus it's boring to wait. I guess it'll make it fun. While having a giggle, Denki thinks, she may be crazy, but she seems sad. Denki goes to his house and thinks on what to do. And Zumi goes in the night, trying to find the killer. And that's where I'm ending this video. I hope you liked this video and hope you subscribe. See you next time. Plus Ultra.
Fly like a tiger, walk in the park, play the hero till I die. Fly like an eagle, soar through the sky. Be